Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk. Real Talk. This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk. Real Talk. Real Talk.
All right. Welcome to our first edition of the Real Talk Podcast sit-down interview. Yes, sir. Y'all who are fans of the Real Talk Podcast, I'm expanding the platform. We're doing some different things. Y'all know we like to have guests on the Real Talk Podcast, and sometimes we get into interviews, and sometimes you just want it to be just about the interview. And that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start doing some interviews with some people, first and foremost, I find interesting. If I don't find them interesting, I ain't talking to them. Sorry. So, and eventually I will get to a place where I will start to ask that you all submit names or if you yourself want to talk about something or be interviewed by me, I'll make room for that too, as long as I find you interesting and or what it is that you do interesting. Because I'm not about to sit up here and use my time and be bored. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. That's how this thing works. But I could not start this new journey with the Real Talk Podcast without including and starting it off with our normally fired executive producer who's in a different kind of a seat tonight.
A little nerve-wracking.
She is not the executive producer tonight. She is not the co-host. She is simply a guest. She is the one, the only. She is the purveyor, the founder, and the innovator of, the doer of Be-You-Tiful Styles. Because she's beautiful, y'all. She is the queen. She is my wife. But right now, she is simply just Falonda. Say hi to the folks.
Hi, family.
All right. So let's go ahead and get on into this. Let's start with some things that are going to make her uncomfortable, break the ice a little bit, help her out.
Okay.
Because I plan on having some fun with my interviews. And it's going to be so easy to have fun with her because I know her better than anybody else. But we're going to get to know her as well as the new business venture that she is thrust upon, that she is journeying on to do the thing that she would like to do. So, first of all, let's start with like an interview style type question. Like not an interview, but interview job style type question.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to be super generic because I can. Tell us about yourself.
I guess for people who don't know me, hi, I'm Falonda. I am the owner of Be-You-Tiful Styles. And yeah. I think there's more questions coming. Here you go.
Well, that doesn't really tell us a lot about yourself.
Oh, okay.
We like this job. Tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm a whole lot of things. I am a wife. I am a mother. I am a nana. I am an elder. I am a creative. I am originally from Chicago, born and raised. Shout out to the South Side. I am a creative person. I'm a whole bunch of things.
So tell us about life on the south side of Chi-Town. What was it like growing up on the south? Let me see if I can get it right. 75th and Racine.
Ooh, nope.
I know it's Racine somewhere in there.
You was right about the Racine. That was 61st and Racine.
75th, 61st. I was only 50. I was on 14 off.
Yeah, it's just 14 blocks off. It's fine. What was it like growing up? It was peaceful. Contrary to popular belief, like the South Side of Chicago has not always been a scary place. It's not always been about crime. It was about family. It was about community. I had cousins who lived in my neighborhood. I had family all around me. I had yeah, it was a place about family and community, and we stuck together, and everybody knew everybody. It was that inner small town feel inside of a big city.
Okay. Okay. So you said earlier that one of the things that people should know about you, or in the tell us about yourself phase, you said you're creative. What is the most creative thing that you think that you do, or the most creative thing about you?
I think the most creative thing about me is my mind. Like every origin of every curation, whether it be food or fashion, or I used to be a writer, or anything that I put my hands to, building things, it's that it starts in my mind. Like creativity is birthed out of just experience and sometimes necessity. So yeah, anything from like aside being a fashion stylist, I'm also a cook. All of these things just go together. Like it all starts in my mind. It's seeing a need and meeting the need.
What is your favorite form of creation? Or expression of creation, I should say.
Oh, my favorite expression of creation. Wardrobes and food.
Okay. Favorite kind of food? Some of these I know, but y'all don't know these answers, so it's fun for me.
Okay, so favorite form of food that I create. Cake. Cheesecake.
Okay. Favorite cheesecake? Get the right answer. Get it right.
So for you, my favorite form of cheesecake would be a strawberry cheesecake.
That's all that matters right there. That's the answer right there.
For me, my favorite form of cheesecake would be either my eggnog cheesecake, which is my Christmas favorite, or something I'm currently perfecting, which is a sweet potato cheesecake. What? I like to be creative.
That is disrespectful to cheesecake, but I will leave it alone.
It's not.
It ain't my mouth. It's got to go in. We ain't putting it in my mouth.
Right.
It never will. Jesus. So, and I know this, but this is going to lead into another question, which will also lead into kind of some of the note questions that I have. What is your favorite era? Because fashion is something that you said is also your creative outlet. So, what is your favorite era?
Okay, so I guess my favorite era in fashion would be the 1940s.
Why the 40s?
For me, I really resonate with the Renaissance era, especially for African American people. I love the glitz. I love the glam. I love give me an updo and a red lipstick and sequins and satins and anything cocktail or champagne related, and I just live for it.
Okay. So, how do you see? No, I'm gonna save that question. Let's come back and do it this way. So now, tell us about the origin, the birthplace of Be-You-Tiful Styles.
So once again, creating out of necessity. So Beautiful You Styles was something I did as a hobby. So years ago, back in when I was first going out in my clubbing days, I used to imagine like we would go out and like back when, you know, people really dressed up and looked the part. It was an event, and I would see my friends, and I'm like, we're going to make our entrance this way. Like, we should look like this when we go out. So it really started off with me just using my two best friends as dress-up dolls. That's where it started. It became a business when I started, when an artist and a creative, you know, told me that they were having a performance, and I was like, oh, I see you dressed like this. And they were like, I don't know if I can mention her name or not.
It's up to you.
Oh, so
Between you and them, but no, I mean I know who they are, but I don't think they were
right.
fun.
So like it started with an artist that you definitely need to check out, Lex the Visionary, and she had a performance upcoming, and I was like, you know what I see, and this is my vision for a look that I can see you performing on stage for. And then another artist, Kyla Chica, who was performing at an event and had an event coming up. It was like, well, oh, hey, can you dress me? I was like, sure, no problem. That's not a thing. And so I put together a look for her, and then Lex hired me to like help create a look for her first artist photo shoot. And it just kind of springboarded from there. Like it was just being the right person in the right place at the right time. Like me thinking that this was just a hobby, and really what it was the budding of a business.
So you have style for 2 artists. Does one need to be in the artistic space to utilize a stylist? Because typically when people hear stylists, they think, entertainers, singers, actors, actresses, those kinds of people. You don't typically hear the normal person having a stylist. So
for me, I don't think that you need to be an artist or an entertainer or someone in that industry to have a personal stylist. Like literally, I have friends of mine and church members who just literally, okay, one doesn't like shopping. So you could not like shopping. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you necessarily like shopping. But everyone cares about how you look. How you present yourself to the world is everything. So everything isn't about just being an artist. It's about finding your voice in what you wear. How we dress is how the world perceives us. So it may be the issue of just, it's a mood that you want to express. It's a ideal you want to express. It's the way you want to present yourself. And sometimes it's hard getting that to the store, to your closet. So I meet that need in between.
So would you say that, in essence, you were kind of like and don't take offense to how my mind is phrasing the question, but you're kind of like the everyman stylist.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that I'm definitely the everyman stylist. Like, I'm not just for artists. Do I love working with artists? Yes. But I feel like I'm more of the person who is the go-between. Like, I'm the average everyday person. I'm the stylist for the person who is going from remote back into the office setting. Who's gotten used to pajamas and leggings and sweatpants. I'm for that person. I'm the person to transition your wardrobe without overhauling or giving you, don't get me wrong, I love couture styling, but that's the run. Everybody don't walk the runway. Sometimes it's about the freedom of expression and matching your expression with the environment you're going to be in or want to set yourself in.
So with that thought process in mind, when I'll say it's most people, but I know it's just me, when people think of fashion, and they think of the runways, and they think of that type of thing, especially when it comes to fashion designing, stylists, and that type of stuff, you think of these extravagant outfits, these over-the-top looks that are just not practical. How do you...
Come on, stop that.
How do you match that kind of vibe with, I'm just trying to get to work and look okay?
So, and so I guess for that question, I would have to explain what a typical session with me is like.
Please.
Okay. So I sit down with you and I get to know who you are. Like some of the questions I ask are like, who do you love the way they dress? Like, who do you, like if a celebrity had to play you in a movie, who would that celebrity be? How do you want to present yourself to the world? Like, what do you like about your body? What do you least like about your body? What's your favorite color? What's your fashion era? That's one of my questions when I'm styling an individual. Like these kinds of things I ask so that I can get to know you. It's not just a issue of I'm styling an individual because this is what society dictates. It is me matching your closet with your personality.
Okay. Okay. So we got some of the typical questions that you ask when you're doing a consult, and kind of an understanding as to how you go about it. But walk us through the rest of the process. So you've gotten the consult. You kind of have an idea of what they are looking for. Let's do it this way. You have a consult. You have an idea of what they're looking for, and what they need your services for at this point is they have a business brunch that they have to attend. And nothing in their closet says business brunch because at this business brunch, the head of the company is making an appearance. What's the rest of the process? How do you go about it?
So I typically tell people, well, first and foremost, fashion does not have to be expensive. You do not have to break the bank for that. Typically, people have pieces in their closet that they just don't know how to pair and work for them. So I start with the bare bones basics. My first question is, what is your budget? Like, fashion doesn't have to break the bank. One of the outfits for the artist Lex Division that I styled her, we literally found in a thrift store. Like, your wardrobe is out there for you and it's accessible. It's just a matter of getting you to the right place at the right time to get it. So what is your budget? That's where we start at. What is your ultimate goal in attending this brunch? Like, if you want to stand out and make yourself be seen, say you've been on this job for some years, but you've just never felt like you've been seen or be noticed. If you want to be seen and be noticed, then let's go for something a little more noticeable. Let's not go with the traditional, you said brunch, right? So let's not go with the typical, skirt and blazer brunch corporate look. Let's throw in some color. What colors highlight you? Let's put color around your face so when you're talking to someone, they notice your face first. Sometimes we present the way we dress ourselves presents our body, and people see our body before they notice our face. Let's frame your face. Let's make the outfit an accessory to who you are. Let's bring in pieces that accentuate your personality. If you are the traditional black and white corporate 9 to 5, but you want to stand out and you have a fun personality, then let's make sure that you're wearing color. Color that complements your skin tone, color that accentuates, like placing that color on top so that it draws attention to your face. Making sure that not only it's just the outfit or the top that you're wearing or the blazer that you're wearing, that let's make sure that your makeup, if you're a woman, if your makeup looks right, if you're a guy, is your grooming, like does your hair match your personality? Are your accessories accentuating to draw attention to your face? So it's about making sure that the outfit frames you. You're not wearing a costume.
Okay. So, I'm that dude. I love how my own mind works. So, as you were talking, the thought process came to my head to deal with this type of scenario and questioning. Trying to best think of how I want to phrase it because I have not really looked at my paper one time just yet.
It's
I
okay.
probably will get to it.
It'll
eventually.
come to you.
So, okay, let's do it this way. And I already know the answer to this because I just know the answer to this. Your most difficult customer. What was that experience like? Is part one. And part two, kind of going along with the difficulty aspect. Because fashion is typically the way it's presented anyway, it is a slender person's game.
Definitely not.
How difficult is it to fully style a look for someone who doesn't fit the toothpick kind of
the
persona
traditional,
yeah.
what we find the beauty is kind of
Yes.
standard. I think so. For me, it's most definitely fashion is for everyone. There are no slender people rules. There are no plus size people rules. There are no men rules. There are no women exclusive only rules. I when I think of fashion, I think throw away the rules. But for me, my most difficult customer I think I've ever had was the person who did not know themselves. So it wasn't about a specific body type. I can dress Tyra to Shaq. Like, it wouldn't make a difference to me. But the most difficult client that I ever had, and I really hope that one day that we get to continue the process. I'm still available. I'm still waiting on them. Is the person who did not quite know who they were. Anyone can put on a costume. If you feel like that the world sees you as, let's just go, the typical church girl. So you are dressing modestly, and skirts need to be down to your ankles, and this means you're right. No makeup, no flashy jewelry, and big hats, because the world has perceived that you are, your air quotes church girl. And that you have to dress or present yourself to the world as that. I'm a break the rules kind of person. Like, be all of the things that you are for me. So dealing with that individual, it was a process of really diving deep and asking uncomfortable questions about who they were. And let me be honest, they just weren't ready to answer those questions. Like, I can dress anyone. Like, I saw them. I'm like, I love all the facets of you. I like the gothy you. I like the participant in the BDSM community part of you. I like the I don't know who I am today kind of you. I love all of these things, and we can incorporate that into your wardrobe, but you have to first be comfortable with you. So with me, it's the people who are looking to find themselves and then get frustrated with the process. That was my most difficult. It's the fact that they just got frustrated with the process.
Interesting. First of all, it's interesting because I would have thought your most difficult customer would have been me, but
So yeah, so you weren't my first man that I styled. You were not the easiest person to work with. You had a set finite vision for what you were doing. So the look we're talking about is that, so for those who don't know, every woman does not dress her husband. They do not all sit on the side of the bed.
This woman sure don't.
And be like, honey, what am I wearing today? That's not what we do. That's not who he is. At all. So, yeah. So, no. And just because I am a fashion stylist doesn't mean that I necessarily was going to dress him. But he did give me the opportunity this past weekend to dress him and prepare him to preside over a wedding. So I some of the questions I asked him was, how far are you willing to let me stretch you? He was like, we'll see. And I was like, okay, all right, well, we'll see. I'll lean this way, and if you pull back this way, I'm gonna lean in a little this way. So the color scheme for the wedding was navy blue and coral, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not a pink guy. Coral is not pink, but it's not. It is. It's not. Coral is not pink.
It is.
It's not.
It is. Y'all who get ready to jump in the comment section, be like, coral is pink. It's my podcast. It's my interview session. I said coral is pink. All right.
Yeah, but no. So the color scheme for the wedding was navy and pink. So
see, you just said pink.
Hey,
there you go.
For him, it was navy and pink. But. Yeah, so I'm the kind of person, like, when it comes to people's wedding, your wedding photos are forever. And even though they had asked about this purple suit that he used to own that he no longer can fit, yeah, he's absolutely not wearing purple. Purple was not happening.
Purple is sexy on you.
Don't get me wrong. The royal purple is nice. But we were not wearing purple. We were not wearing that suit. I don't even think you own it anymore.
I gave that away a long time ago.
Right. So, yeah, that was not an
3
option.
people ago.
Yeah. For one, it doesn't fit you. For two, that's not where you are in your style right now. And because I am your wife, I actually already know this. So I presented some colors that may be complementary to the coral that he just was not willing to wear. It was more of an orange. And let me be honest, I'm not biased because he is my husband. He has a beautiful complexion, like bright colors, period. His skin tone complements my professional opinion.
I'm not gonna say the professional. You the professional. I'm just the one who lives in the body. That's all.
Right. So I know that these colors will work for him, but he did not want these colors. So no, I did not force these colors. I suggested. I went over here. Within the within the guidelines, I went over here to stretch him a little bit. He was not comfortable. Where we settled with was a monochromatic look. So we did all navy and white with a white shirt, basic monotone colors, basic primary colors. So we went with the all navy look, and then we went with some, for the little style razzmatazz, if you will. We went with the texture and pattern with the tie, still monochromatic, and the pocket square that went with it. And we stretched him a little outside of his box with the suspenders. But we went with a simple button-down blazer with a vest and that kind of suit. So, and it fit him. Like, the shape was perfect for his body type. It accentuated his wonderful broad shoulders. And the fact that he does have a nice triangle shape, the standard you want man triangle shape with the broad shoulders and the slim waist, it took away from the cheesecake belly that I gave you, if you want to say that I gave it to you. I'm so glad you
admitted it. On wax now, you can't take it back. Y'all heard her. This stomach is her fault.
So, yeah, it did not accentuate the cheesecake belly that you said that I gave you, but the look for you, that worked for you, that we, as your stylist, we compromised on was the color. It wasn't all black. We went with the navy and a nice monochromatic look with tones and textures.
So, for the fashionably stupid, explain monochromatic versus other styles.
So that just simply means that it's all one color. So it's a navy blue with a navy blue tie. But the breakup is the texture or the print of the fabric. Mm-hmm. So for people who are like, I don't know what you're saying. So monochromatic just simply means that we're wearing all the same color base.
Okay.
So whether that be variations of a shade of purple or textures in a purple, basically we're staying right there.
So what do you find fun about styling other people?
This is going to sound really immature, but it is the equivalent of dressing up a doll. It really is. So I know as a child, like I had lots of Barbies, and I typically would get a Barbie and then take her clothes off and then rearrange her outfits the way I thought Barbie should look. So for me, the best part about styling is, the second best part. It's actually the second best part. The second best part is like just basically playing dress up with live, beautiful Barbies and Kens. But I think the greatest part, like the best part about it right now is seeing them the way in the beautiful, handsome way that I see them. Like the way the world perceives them. Sometimes we dress because we think like we are less than. Like we're not our own kind of beautiful. Like because you may have a few more pounds than the next person. Your body may not be shaped like everybody else's. Or what we think the standard beauty is for both men and women. But it's seeing you see yourself as great as you actually are. And it's just clothes. It's clothes that accentuate the person that you are. So if I could, quick story about that.
Go for it. This is an interview.
Like one of my clients is like, I just see her as just like the most amazing person. Like her personality just radiates so much love, so much care. Even if she don't want that people to see that side of her, cause she, you know, she a little bit, she got a little thug in her. She's a warrior. She's about that life. She's about her business. She's also a businesswoman, and like I see her as the millionaire that she already is, even if her bank account doesn't represent who she is yet. So, like, being able to work with her and style her for the place that she's going, even if she's not already there yet, and then seeing the smile on her face, you know, when she says, "Oh my God, I look so pretty." Like, it's that moment. Like, that's the best part. Like, seeing that, like, man, like, this is what I never thought that I could look like this. Like, those are the best part. Like, the first photo shoot that I styled, there's one particular shot that I absolutely love of Lex. And I think, like, she looks like the creative goddess that she is in that shot. And that just makes my eyes light up. Like, I was like, that's how I see you. Like, you're such a creative goddess, like that's who I see you as. Like, even if you don't feel like that all the time, like, that's how I see you.
So, because a lot of fashion, and even in the tone of your conversation concerning how you view fashion and what you do, a lot of it has to deal with body sensitivity and in a society where body shaming it's a huge thing. It's overboard on one side, but it's also humongously painful on the other, right? Like there's a lot of people who suffer from body dysmorphia and things of that nature, and so to deal with them having or talking about their body issues, it can be very damaging to their psyche. While at the same time, let's be honest, it's gone a little overboard. So you not being able to call a fat person fat is, come on now. You got my
right.
my 600 pound life. Y'all know good enough 600 pounds is fat. Now, let's stop the mess. Oh, you can be fat and be healthy. You can also be fat, healthy, and dead.
Right.
Okay. So let's stop the mess. But in how do you walk that fine line between helping a person understand that you are great the way you are, and I want to help present you in that greatness that you are, while at the same time, you know, understanding that certain looks don't necessarily go in certain forms, and walking that delicate line, like, you know, a 600-pounder in a two-piece bikini. I mean, it can happen, but if y'all seen the movie Norbit, y'all remember the scene when Rasputia was at the water park and she wasn't allowed to go on the water park because dude didn't think she had on drawers and she had to lift up her stomach. That's what I mean. So how do you walk that?
So that's kind of a two-part question. So I'm not the kind of person that's going to sugarcoat it with you. I'm your honest stylist. Everything does not work for everybody. Just because you can wear it and they make it in your size doesn't mean it's the best look for you. So when I deal with the client, I am very honest. I'm like, okay, so this is why I ask, what do you love about you and what do you hate about you? I'm not going to I would never have put her in that. Would I tell her no to a two-piece bikini? I would not. Let me be honest with you. That particular bikini, and I know it's a costume character, that particular one was not the move. Like, if you tell me I'm going to the Bahamas and I want to wear a two-piece, and let me be honest with you, I'm a plus-size woman myself. Like, I've been super small. I've also always had... been blessed in this. I've always been blessed in the city, or blessed in the chest, if other people would say that. I think from the time I developed, I started at a B cup, and it's only been growing since then. Like,
Yes, Lord.
let me just be transparent. Like, I'm not little. I am a 38 HG.
She giving all.
I'm transparent. I'm well endowed in the chest. I'm not small in the weight. So I typically have what they call the typical wanted shape. I'm an hourglass. My waist is smaller. I'm not Kim Kardashian small, but my waist is small for my proportionates, for my chest and my hip ratio. So I fit the body shape of an hourglass, but I'm still a plus size. And so I'm not going to set you up for failure. I'm not going to send you out there in the two-piece string bikini. But if you want to wear a bikini and you want to wear a two-piece, they make suits to accentuate the best parts of your body. So if you're a heavy-chested woman, like if you're not a member of the itty-bitty committee, then you need a fuller top. If you want your stomach to overhang, have at it, but I'm not going to recommend that to you. I'm going to recommend you wear a high-cut bikini bottom. And they even come in thong size now. So if you want the cheeks to be free, let the cheeks be free. But we're going to go with a high cut. We're going to give you a little bit more coverage around the belly area. I'm going to put that belly in. We're not going to overlap it over the top of it, because giving you a muffin top that doesn't accentuate your body right. And we're going to give you a fuller top, something to give you enough coverage on the top. And we're going to work with your proportions. So, yeah, just because you are a certain size doesn't exclude you. But it's about wearing the right thing, the right place, and the right time. So I'll give you a really good example. Controversially, we're going to talk about Lizzo at the Lakers game.
I'm going to be nice because it's not that podcast. It's the interview session. But go ahead.
I love Lizzo. I love her confidence in her body. I hate that people shame her because she's not a size 0, because she's not Kim Kardashian, because she has a lot of money and she has chose not to just buy her body. Anybody could go to plastic surgeons. With enough money, anybody can go to plastic surgeons. But because she is comfortable up until people have made her not. Whatever state you find yourself, there are people who are young, fit, and in shape who are dropping dead from a heart attack. Mm-hmm. So is being plus size medically an issue? Yes. Is it fashionally an issue? No. I don't believe, but there is a time and a place for everything. So while I love Lizzo, it's a hygiene issue, and not saying that her butt is dirty, but it's just a hygiene issue because, like, the what's the politically correct? Let's just be transparent, because it's the Real Talk podcast.
That's what it is.
Like, for the health of your own vagina. Like, you can't go out into public places and put your vagina onto surfaces. And let's just be honest, it's not just her butt cheeks that are hitting that surface in that outfit. Her vagina is hitting that seat. Like, we sit on it. It's not just cheeks. So like for the health of her own vagina, don't put your vagina in places where there could be germs and bacteria, where you could get a yeast infection because something is unhealthy for your pH balance that you sat on. So no, for that reason, I didn't like that outfit. If she were going to the beach and that was a cover up for her bikini and she had on a thong bikini on it, have at it. Have it. The Lakers game on a stadium seat, that's not a good move because it's just not healthy for her. So no. And there were children there present, and we don't know if people have had these conversations with their kids about body parts. And as much as they all focused on her bare butt, I'm like, that's not healthy for your vagina. Your vagina's out. Like, don't be playing risky behavior with, Russian roulette with your goods. Like, So yeah, no. For that reason, no. I wouldn't have recommended that outfit for her. If you're at the Met Gala, then maybe. The Met Gala is where, if you are walking the runway of the Met Gala, then yes, some risky behavior going out. There's some stuff, but it's meant to be. It's couture. It's haute couture. Like, this is the time to express yourself and all of your creativity and all of your weirdness. And 9 times out of 10, so a lot of these people who are working with stylists, the say, I can't think of her name right now, with the meat dress, Lady Gaga. Risky behavior. Like, I've seen some people almost naked on the Met Gala red carpet. Like, risky behavior. Yeah, your health is still, but that's the time and the place for that. Like, I've seen people get real risque with Halloween. There's a time and a place for that. At my kids' graduation, their kindergarten graduation, this is not that moment. This is not that moment. I'm not saying you got to be wearing a burqa. And no shame to the burqa, because let me be honest with you. It's some Muslim women out here who are killing the fashion with their, completely modest attire. Like, they're eating. Like, it's happening. They're emphasizing color. So, yeah, it's a whole nother subject. But, like, I'm not saying you have to wear that. It's just a time and a place and just presenting yourself in the best light. Like, I've seen Lizzo wear some amazing outfits. So it's all about, like, wearing the right outfit at the right time or place. But if you want to be a little scandalous, be a little scandalous. Look, I'm a wife. I'm a minister. I'm a stylist. It depends on what mood I am. I've wore some things. If you think Erica Campbell got some slack, I'm quite sure there are some people who have said something like, "Oh my God, she is the first lady."
Say it to me. Say it, say something. Open your mouth. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're hosting, not husbanding. Hosting, not husbanding. But no, I'm quite sure some people will be like, "Oh my God, I've worn this to church." And let's for those of you who can't see, so this is mesh. This, you can't, if you study long enough, you can see through it. I wore this to work today. I have on a tank top under it because I'm going into the workplace. Now, I also wore this to a friend of mine's wedding reception. Now, I did not have a tank top on under it. Now, I wore the right undergarments, whole nother subject. Foundation is everything. I wore the right undergarments, but it was like almost 80 some degrees out there that day. I'm not wearing a whole bunch of stuff up under here because somebody's offended because they could see some skin. Relax. It's about wearing the right thing at the right time. I own mesh dresses. You think Erica Campbell's white dresses? I have one that is completely see-through, and I wear the right undergarments up under it because I'm going out in public, and unlike a whole bunch of people who may be comfortable with all their cheeks out, I wear hot pants up under. I wear booty cut shorts up under it. You can't see my panties. You will not be seeing my panties. I wear shorts up under it. I wear a crop top bralette over my bra. So you are not seeing anything. And if you do see something, it's because I'm out with my husband. My husband said it's fine that I wear it. So then you will see a bra. On date night, I wear a bra. I've worn that same mesh dress with just a bra and my boy shorts because that's what I'm comfortable with.
Sorry, I had a flashback visual. What inspires you?
I find inspiration everywhere. Colors inspire me. Fabrics inspire me. Shapes inspire me. People inspire me. It varies. Like, it has to be something that sparks with me. It all starts with a spark. If I find a pair of shoes that I love, I will create a whole outfit around those shoes. Like, for the longest, I dress my accessories based off of my wedding ring. Like, I find inspiration in everything. I find inspiration in the event. So it really varies. Like, it all starts with the spark. Like, something about it has to twinkle.
Okay. Got a couple more, and then we're going to close this puppy out.
Okay.
We have exceeded where my minimum was. I have a minimum time frame, not a maximum. I let the interview go as long as it goes, but also know my wife, not just the guest, but my wife does not like to do long. So I'm trying to be nice to her and not make her talk long. So, I just did one inspired question, and I talked myself out of into forgetting what the first Oh no, yes, there it is. Almost forgot it. Being that Be-You-Tiful Styles is a new business, what has been your greatest struggle trying to build some momentum for it?
Navigating social media. Like social media is the platform for marketing nowadays. And like even like interacting with customers and meeting them one on one. Like I'll have like an encounter with a person to be like, "Oh my God, I love your service." And so the first thing, the reason why this ended up being a business, like in the fruition that it is right now, is because I told someone, I was like, "Hey, oh my God, I love your style and I'm a stylist." And they were like, "Oh my God, how did you get into that? Let's exchange Instagrams." So like the old, long gone, forlorn days of let's exchange business cards and phone numbers are gone. So now it's let's exchange social media. So for me, like navigating social media and really developing followers so that my brand can be elevated in the algorithm to get to the people. Like that has been, yeah. That has been the challenge. It's not the creating. Like my mind is constantly creating. Like I'll find inspiration in, like I'll be scrolling through social media and be like, "Oh my God, this green dress, the color of this green dress, it'd be the same color as this green screen behind us." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I love."
For y'all who are watching,
yeah, you can't see
podcast,
the green screen, but
green screen.
right. But like I'll see, like I was scrolling through Facebook, and then there was an Old Navy ad with this green dress, and I'm like, oh, I love that green dress. I know who this dress would look amazing on because their complexion, and they need more pop of color because color matches their personality. So like I'll sit there and I'll do that, and then so it's not an issue of like I created a whole look in my mind. Like I went and here's shoes, here are accessories, here's a belt to accent their waist. It's a whole thing. But it's getting those ideas and me as the creator to the people, because it's like for these people who have the millions of followers, I love her, Jackie Ina. She's a makeup icon and a style icon to me. Like for me to get from where I am to where she is, hopefully, and navigating the algorithms and getting my product to the masses, like that's it right there.
I can see that.
Because I'm not TikTok dancing for it. Like that's yeah, I got all the goods and I can it's gonna take, because for those who don't know, I was part of the dance ministry, so I can learn it's gonna take me a minute. But I can learn the dances. I could do all the TikTok dancing, but that's not who I am. My business isn't about Falonda. I am the conduit. My business is about you and connecting you in the flesh to the concept and the reality of you that's going to get churchy for half a second in the spirit. It's about the past you connecting you to the you that you're becoming. So I don't want to just post a whole bunch of pictures of me. I could do that. And I see quite a few stylists do that. But that's not me and that's not my brand. I'm about you. It's called Beautiful You Styles for a reason. It's not me creating you into a mold. It's me accentuating the person that already exists.
So, this is just a fun question for me because I imagine this is how it goes for you. Mostly because I know me and in a whole separate realm and how I am and how things hit me. So, for me, I kind of imagine it's like that for you in your realm. Do you walk around, because you're a stylist and you see all the time, do you walk around judging folks and their styles in your mind? Like, not to their face, but like, you know good and well you ain't. Come on now, you could have. If you would have just.
Yes, I do. Let me just be honest with you. As a style, it's not my job to be like, "Ooh, girl, that looks trashy on you." But if you bring it up in the conversation, that's my way in. But no, I literally do. A month ago, I was at a concert, and all of these artists know I styled an artist at the event. So I styled Lex the Visionary at the event. So I already knew what she was planning, what she was working with, what we had created together, collabed together to create for her look. And I saw some other artists there, and I'm like, you could have done this differently. Like, I understand as an artist, this is your creative expression. But oh, girl, if you'd have asked me, I'd have put this on your body. Maybe we went with a monochromatic jumpsuit. Maybe you could show a little bit more skin, or you could use some color, because gray and black it doesn't fit your personality. So yeah, do I do that? I absolutely do. Do I do that everywhere? I absolutely do. Do I do it at work? I do. Do I do it in the grocery store? I do. I can't, because here's the optimistic side of me. I see the beauty in everybody. Like anybody. Like one of your Real Talk co-hosts.
You can call them if you want to. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I am posting.
Like I see the beauty off the top of my head. I see the beauty in JC. Like, and he's non-traditional. So like I wouldn't, for people who think that, because he from the sound of it, he sounds like a traditional pastor.
Oh, as a pastor?
As a pastor. He's a very traditional person. So you would think he should be in like a Baptist, full on long jacket.
Oh, that's his background.
Yeah, so I could see how people would want to see him there, but I see the beauty in him. I like the palette of his complexion, and like I'd like it if he wore some more color. Like, experiment with color. Now, does that mean he wear a whole rainbow suit? Absolutely not. I've never seen it.
I'm sorry.
You just had a visual? Yeah. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh my God, JC, do.
I'm just.
Hey, I did it for you with making sure that reel was created from our last podcast. I need you to come out one day in the Joseph and the Technicolor
dream coat. No.
Come on, Doc. I know you can do it. Wear it with the pink bond that you always wear. Come on, bro.
No.
For me. If I would ever ask you for nothing in your life, and I'm asking JC, come on. Oh my God.
No.
She put the visual in my head. I can't get it out now. I gotta see the rainbow.
Yeah, you're gonna bring this up to him, aren't you?
I am. I'm gonna make sure he watches the interview.
No, but no, like, so he traditionally wears a lot of black, and I'm like, yeah, just because you are a plus size gentleman doesn't mean that you always have to wear black. Like all I've ever seen in men was black. But yeah, I'd love to see him in like some blues and some neutrals, and like I could see him there. I was like, because he has such a over the course of time, like he genuinely has grown on me. So I love his personality. So like I'd love to see more personality in his attire. So when I see people, I see the beauty in everybody. Like it.
While yet judging them.
Yeah, while yet judging them. I'm like, because you could be so much more. Like I think I see, and here it is, churchy, because I'm all things. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm a church girl in the Beyonce sense. I get a little thotty, but I'm married, so I could do that with my husband. He taught a whole message on lust of the flesh, and yeah, that he should desire me. So I get a little, that mesh dress ain't going nowhere. I have more than one. Let's just be honest. But at the same, but yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm looking to see people the way God sees us. And that's multifaceted and the beautiful creations that we are. And I think that there shouldn't be any shame in no matter if you're size 0 or size 34. Like, we should be able to express the beauty that God created in us. And we do that. You can do that every day with your clothes. If you're feeling depressed and dark, you can do emo chic. You can do that. Have at it. If you're feeling like this is the best day in my world, well, why not dress like that? Like, you can be multifaceted. You don't have to be just one thing.
So I got rapid fire for you.
Okay.
Kind of rapid fire anyway.
Okay, here we go.
Who are, in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
the two best dressed celebrities and why?
Oh.
One male, one female.
Okay. My female is Rihanna. Like, I love her. I don't care what you're thinking attitude about her attire. I love how she has evolved and that she is multifaceted. I love her expressing her island girl heritage. I love her expressing her ultimate high couture, like this outfit doesn't even make any sense. I love her comfort in her motherhood. I love all aspects. Like right now, she is my one. Like off the top of my head. For my male, it's kind of a love-hate relationship, and I don't know why he just popped in my head, but this rapid fire. So Seth Rollins, he irritates me so much. He does. But you know what? What I've learned to appreciate over the course of time and really just seeing his personality from his days as a SHIELD guy and that all black armor costume kind of like this is who we are. Like he's somebody's broke bodyguard. And I know, insulting the SHIELD. It was somebody's broke bodyguard, like nightclub velvet rope having attire that they had back in the day. To him just having fun, and I have a love-hate relationship with every outfit. But what I love is that he goes to the bounds of it, and he just goes with it. That WrestleMania big. Looks like it could be a Kojic convocation kind of big flower. He wore I was like, you know what? Like I could be real mad at you because you're a guy and you're wearing that and we are stretching some boundaries back here. But I can't even be mad at you. And this is somebody's holy convocation outfit right here. Like for real, this jacket I can easily sing at a Kojic, like some woman, and she got a hat that goes with that. So I can't even be mad with him. But for me, I'm like, go ahead, Seth. How are you going to make my jaw drop next? Cause here it is. I'd be like, oh my God, if you don't stop with the Prince outfits at the same time, oh God, what is he wearing next? Go ahead, Seth freaking Rollins.
Now let's go to the opposite side of the spectrum. The two worst dressed celebrities, and what are two things that you would do to change their presentation? One male, one female.
All right, let's start with my male first, and here it is. I absolutely cringe every time I see Offset not performing. Cardi, I love you. Be naked, be fully clothed, be high end, but your husband, Offset, what? He is not the standard beauty, but he is beautiful to his wife who married him. But I swear, I'm like, what are you wearing? All that
Super Valley right there. What are you wearing?
I'm like, who told you? Did you pick that out on your own? All these stylists out here, Jay Bolin, La Roche, all these stylists out here, and this is what you came up with to a basketball game? Do better. Do better. This is the one time where I want you to sit down and ask your wife, is this what we going for before I leave this house? You are a man, Damon. Stop that.
So what are two things that you would do to change his presentation?
I don't know. I feel like we don't, authentically, who are you? I like to see his outfit. Like if you a reformed dope boy and this is who you are, then be that. I just never know. Like you can't be thug life trapping with the scarf with the church. I'm sorry, like the Amish Jewish doily on your head. Don't do that. Like be authentic. Tell me who you are at this stage. Jay-Z has been a whole lot of things. And even if I do not like his dreads, that is not for me to like. That is somebody else's husband. Have at it, Beyonce. I do not like those dreads. I like dreads. I do not like those dreads. Evolve in a way that is leaning towards who you are at the time. Because right now, it doesn't look like you. It doesn't. And I ain't gonna use his government name, but for those who know him, that ain't his government name, and that ain't Offset. It's off-putting. And for women right now, I have one who gets under my skin, and I know that she is deep down inside of me. There's a part that is like she is doing that just to see. She's doing it in a Madonna kind of sense. So for me, like Madonna used to be like one of my style icons. Like she evolved like from the early 80s like a virgin pearls and lace and doilies and to her S&M BDSM phase where it was lots of latex and leather, to the Ave Maria, all of that. I love all of that. But Doja Cat. What is happening there? I'm like, I know that you are doing it because it's good marketing. Like every time I turn around now, there's some post about, I don't even know her. Like I don't know what her beliefs. If she worships Satan, have at it. Somebody has to do it. It just won't be me. But like seriously, her attire and the demonic style that is leaning to her in a not even like Satan don't even lean that way. Like I'm like, you leaning way too like Satan was one of the most beautiful angels if you read the Bible, for those who are churchy. Told you I'm a whole lot of things. If you read the Bible, he was one of the most beautiful angels in heaven. So this means that his style, his image was attractive. And so for people to think that something is demonic just because it's so off-putting to us, it makes you cringe and makes your skin crawl. Like you're not even representing Satan well with some of the stuff that she wears. I'm like, what are you doing? Do you just want to hear us? Is this your it gives I need attention when she don't even need attention in that manner because she's an artist. So no, you don't need attention in that. So yeah, for me, Doja Cat's on my cringe list.
All right. So, we're going to close with this. Give us 3 of your best fashion tips for men and women. It doesn't have to be 3 for men, 3 for women, just 3 total best fashion tips.
Number 1, right out of the gate. Good foundation. Can we all agree that all outfits start with your underwear up? It's your underwear out. Can we have, no matter what size you are, whether you are a 0 to a 24, and this includes men, can we wear proper undergarments? Like, number 1, have good foundation, have good undergarments. Invest in your undergarments, be it shapewear, be it underwear, be it socks. Invest in good underwear. I know it seems old school because our moms used to always say, don't leave the house without clean drawers on. Can we make sure that they have proper fitting undergarments? So number 1, proper fitting undergarments. Number 2, have a capsule wardrobe. Like, there's
Define what a capsule wardrobe is.
So this is your bare bones basics. Like when people talk about me about overhauling their closet or just upgrading their look, there are certain things that I just think everybody should have. Everyone should own a white button-up shirt. It's my go-to. Whether you're a man or a woman, own a white button-up shirt. It does not have to be the traditional white button-up uniform men's style shirt. You can. I have one in my wardrobe, and mine is actually a crop top. I'm short-waisted, so knowing my body type, I'm short-waisted. So mine actually is a crop top, and it fits just at my waist because I have a short torso. So owning a white button-up shirt, owning a black pair of pants, owning a pair of good denim. These are my bare bones basics. Add the best fitting one of those and spend the money in those on those bare bones basics, and you can build with everything else. And number 3, good shoes. Like, I think in this day and age, everybody, especially like, it's all about the cost of the shoes and the Jordans and the name everything, or it's about the Louis Vuitton and the name brand and the height of the heel. No, it's about the comfort. If you can't walk in that shoe, you can't get nowhere. I don't care if you're going from the car to the restaurant dinner table. Invest in a good pair of shoes. Like, all of your shoes should be comfortable. All of your shoes should be proper fitting. They should be the right size. Like, invest in good pair of shoes. Your shoes are taking you everywhere.
Awesome. So this concludes our first edition of the Real Talk Podcast interview. I would love to thank my guest, my beautiful, wonderful, vivacious, luscious, and delicious wife, the one and only, the purveyor, the owner of Be-You-Tiful Styles, Miss Falonda. Tell the folks where they can find you at as you're growing your social media platform.
All right, so you can find me right now Instagram at Beautiful You Styles, BEYOUTIFUL Styles FWJ. So on Instagram, I'm Beautiful You Styles. On TikTok, you can find me on there. You can find me at Mrs. Falonda Jones. On all your social media platforms, everywhere else, I am looking to branch out to be on TikTok. I might create a Facebook page. We'll see how this goes. You'll be able to find me on LTK soon. But for right now, please follow me. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok.
And if somebody wants to book a consultation with you?
You can find me on those social media platforms. You could comment below this video if you find this video, and it will get back to me, and we can connect.
All right. This has been a great edition, our first edition, and many more to come as frequently as I find people interesting enough to interview. Of the Real Talk Podcast interview. We love you, appreciate you. This is going to be a great time that we're going to have. It's getting ready to get better. It's getting ready to get hot. You get ready to see my face, this mug, way more often, whether we talk about Real Talk, the Real Talk Podcast interview, and maybe my wife's prayers get answered, and we wind up coming with a Real Talk After Dark. We'll see how it works out. Anyhow, appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I love to say. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, do yourself a favor and always keep it real. This has been a Real Talk Podcast interview sessions. Thank you for listening.
This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk. This is Real Talk. Real Talk Radio. This is Real Talk. High Praise Ministries presents Real Talk.